Hello and welcome to the CDO Magazine interview series. I'm Jason Masker with Stratascale, and we're partnering with CDO Magazine, MIT CDO IQ, and the International Society of Chief Data Officers in a series of interviews. Today, I have the pleasure of speaking with Yingying Kang, Director of Data Science at Assurant. Yingying, great to see you.
Hi, Jason. Hey, hello, everyone. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to talk with CDO Magazine and talk with everybody.
Yeah, well, great to speak with you. So to get started, as Director of Data Science, can you tell us give us a little background on that? What's the role? Are you reporting into a CDO? And what capabilities really are you focused on building out?
That is a very good question. So I joined Assurant in May 2020. Before that, I worked for travel industry across in airline, hospitality, railroad, and urban planning for over 10 years. Before that, I worked for the IT industry for another 10 years. So in my you can hear that my entire career journey, it was across in solving problem for business. Majorly that what is most important for our business to make sure our customer, they have the best experiences, and then make sure that our business operations and moving forward and everything is the entire business that we have the same goal, how we can be able to raise our operational efficiency and how to minimize the operational cost and how to make sure that we serve our customer have the best experiences. So that is why that our team that this function as we leading the AI and data science effort for no matter Assurant or any businesses. The most fundamentally is, how we can be able to shape this culture, especially the data-driven culture, to make sure every decision maker in our business, they can make the decision based on fact and based on information. So that means that another capability we need to bring into the business to say, we need to connect the people and connect those information. So today that, for example, that Assurant is Fortune 300 business and already have 130 years of history. We are covering multiple line of businesses. And so how we can be able to make sure our customer and our business, they have the communication and we understand our customers' need in time. And also that internal of our business, we have different hierarchy, different line of business, but how can we be able to reduce the data silos to make sure our different information the customer need and our operational health and also the best practice and solutions can be able to deliver in every corner of our business, and we have the right feedback with our customer. So that is the major function that is our team that need to bring to the business.
So that's great, and probably not data science is a big focus on delivering that value to business today, right? So you touched on a little bit, something I want to ask a little more detail. You talked about data-driven culture. How are you helping the business to achieve that within your organization, within your team, and also across teams, right? That's important to the culture of the company, to getting that to be data-driven. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Definitely. So today, actually, that thinking about every day we receive lots of information. And all this information, once we quantify, that they become data. And the difference between the data science with when we talk about analytics or business integration or the reporting, the difference is that, firstly, that of course, how we deliver those messages to the business and to the client. The second, it is how we can be able to bring out the insight from all this data. And bring the insight, that means, we present this information. It is one thing. But typically the business stakeholders, they say, I don't have time to read through hundreds of the report. I want to know, can you tell me what is going on? And my business operations is healthy? And if not, that where is the bottleneck, and what will be how it will impact my tomorrow's operations and how it will shape my tomorrow customers' their experience journey and what will be the best solution. So that is something they want to know. That is how once we allow the business understand, okay, hey, how the designs can help them in their day-by-day operations, in their strategic decision process, and it is much easier for us to be able to shape this data-driven culture, no matter it is in any entire business and from our executive strategic level to our day-by-day operational executive team.
Okay. Yeah. So that's, I mean, so you're talking about delivering value to the business, right? How do you quantify that? How do you evangelize that? And how do you measure it? How do you measure how you're doing?
Very good question. Actually, there are many ways that we can deliver those values to the business. And of course, it depends on the maturity level and of our partnership and also the chastity between the data-driven process and our business decision makers. How do and also is that will come to say, hey, many times that when we talk with business or when we talk with people that will say, hey, what is artificial intelligence? We say, this is magic. Are you building a robot? So, so there's a lot of, when you talk with different audience, they will have a different understanding. What is artificial intelligence? What is the science? And firstly, that we want to say, hey, it is not magic. It is just like that how we learn those knowledge, human expert, how we learn knowledge, how we analyze those the complicated problem, and then how do you shape your thinking process, how you make the decision. Is actually artificial intelligence is using we learn from the human expert, and then we convert into the knowledge, and then we coach the machine to memorize those knowledge, and then based on those information to simulate the human expert, their thinking process, how to make the decision, how to foresee what will happen tomorrow. And then eventually it will help our business to shaping their business process and to release our expert from those highly repeatable labor effort, and so they can be able to focusing on more intelligent and more complicated problems. So that is so when we talk about how to measure the value of these machine learning solutions or artificial solutions or analytical models, it will depends on the short term and the long term vision. So many times that if we say, hey, depends on the maturity of our business. If we already build a chastity between the data-driven process and the business, then it will be easy. They already understand, okay, hey, how they will use the model result. And then based on that we will combine with the business KPI. Then they say, hey, what is the major pinpoint of the business and how we can utilize these technologies and solutions to help business. And then from there, you can convert into the business KPI. For example, what is loss ratio and what is the risk value or what is the revenue. So, but many times, all this effort that typically all these cutting edge technologies and solutions that they are under research phase. And that means we need to prove to the business, okay, hey, it has value and how it really works. From that perspective, we typically want to say, hey, what is a long-term value? Anything can be quantified, but most important thing to say, hey, we need to understand what is the most important for business, and then what is potential usage for them to utilize this solution. And then they say, hey, it will be either that convert into the customer satisfaction or that it will convert into, hey, what will be the long-term vision for the next 10 years, 20 years, and then to convert into the macroeconomic factors to say, hey, how it will help our business to gain more client and gain more customers, and then how to or even to say, hey, how can I be able to help the entire business or entire industry to shape tomorrow? So that is something that we need to be able be consider when we talk about the KPI.
Well, thank you, Yingying, for joining me today. This has been a great conversation. Please visit cdomagazine.tech for additional interviews.
Definitely. Thank you very much, Jason.